Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Maree, how are you?
Oh, hi, Elisa. I'm excited.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
so
so
hi, everyone.
excited. Um,
Yes.
so let me tell you this story. This is really, oh, Jasper. Yes, sorry, Jasper.
So
Hello.
he just wanted to say
Hello.
hello. He's got a big smile. Happy
Yeah,
to be here.
yeah. Hello, Dennis. Up three, the Andromedan. Thank you for always being here. You guys are so awesome. Um, So a funny story, and I didn't tell you, Maree, because I wanted to kind of be like new for you. But so initially, I picked season 2, episode 4, called Underground Aliens. It says this episode hypothesizes that various underground places may have been extraterrestrial lairs, such as a lost cave in Ecuador, said to hold metal tablets containing alien knowledge, the underground city of Derinkuyu in Turkey, Native American legends of inner earth beings, and rumors of a secret U.S. military base supposedly built alongside aliens inside the Archuleta Mesa near Dulce, New Mexico. So guess what? As I am looking for this, season 2 has completely disappeared from the History Channel, and
No.
it has disappeared from the if you
Archives?
if you go look for the information, it's disappeared. And then as I'm looking through Wikipedia, it has the season 2, and it explains each episode. So that's why I had to change the episode and the season and episode on the title to season 9, episode 1, because I could not find it to watch it. But what I want you to throw the cards on is, why did season 2 disappear? Because as I am looking at it, just that mentioning the military base in Dulce, that's huge. So as I looked at the rest of them, mysterious places around Earth, underwater worlds, aliens, and the third right,
Right. Yep.
right. Alien tech, angels and aliens, unexplained structures, alien devastations, all disappeared.
That's bizarre. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. So we've got the 9 of Cups to start with. So there was a desire to get this information out, but it was seemed quite okay at the time when it came out. But then we've got our 8 of Swords. Now, this is so there's the blindfolding, there's the keeping it under wraps. It's like actually taking back the information, because the moon cards come up now. So this is like the darker aspect, the deeper in our psyche and deeper into the story. So there was something in there that was too truthful that had to come back off. Because remember, in all of the series that we've looked at, there's been a certain amount of truth, and then something's way off at the end, or something's just not dead-ended. So to me, that's saying that they went, oops, got to bring that one off. Oh.
I was like, wait a minute, the whole season is missing. The entire, not just that one episode, but the whole season. I was like, oh, wait, I got to ask Maree what's going on here, because this has to be for a reason.
They took it down really quickly too. So yeah.
I love it. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
So,
but because Wikipedia has the questions here, what they were talking about, I'm still going to ask about it.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yep. So it says, okay, so it says that there's a lost cave in Ecuador said to hold metal tablets containing alien knowledge. It's too bad we don't have the name. Is there any way we could still throw cards for it, even though we don't have the name?
Yeah. So with alien, can we just do some definitions first? So we're talking about the same thing. So So an alien is a being that hasn't lived on Earth. Maybe it's visited Earth. Is that what the definition of alien is for you? Or is it maybe come from a different dimension? Is it an interdimensional being yeah, so this is where it gets tricky. Like, it's good to have a definition.
Okay, so a lost cave in Ecuador said to hold metal tablets containing alien knowledge. So I want to ask if it is extraterrestrials that do not live on Earth,
Yeah.
such as Pleiadians or
Interdimensional
or
other realms. Okay, let's well, Pleiadians do live on Earth, and this is the interesting aspect. We're actually part Pleiadian. And
yeah,
then
well, I am a Pleiadian hybrid actually, but
yeah, there you go. But yeah, okay. Yeah. So
like,
I'll ask and see, is it
off-worlders, interdimensional beings.
So they have been here at one point in time. So an alien could have integrated in at one point of time, but then the 10 of Wands has come up, so they've actually left. So it's finished. They've completed what they needed to do, or there's been a reason for them to leave. So it's whether it's technology or whether it's something that in our realm, in our dimension, that we haven't had before. So yeah, so that's probably a good way to look at it. So they might have lived here, but they've either left or they're from a different dimension. So yeah. So let's find out the question now. Let's see if they actually have, if there is something in that particular cave. So I have no idea where it is, so I'm just going to trust with what comes through here. Okay. Okay. Wow. So we've got the Queen of Cups, and so she's that's an emotional contemplation, or it's an emotional aspect of being. And then we've got the 10 of Pentacles. To me, that means that there is something there, whether it's metal or not, but there's definitely something that was used like in normality for them. So it could be something that's actually been used by them normally, whereas we might see it as this incredible, something different, something weird. But I wasn't getting that it was metal. Jasper piped up and said there is definitely something there like that. And then we've got our Star card. So I feel it's maybe something that is not of earth material.
Yeah.
That it's made of. So that, and Jasper's going, yes.
So it's confirming that's true, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Is there any way to know what, maybe Jasper can help with this, what knowledge was there? What kind of knowledge was included in there?
Okay, I'm just tuning into Jasper now and just see what he shows me first. Okay, so what he's showing me is he's showing me something scanning like a body. So it's like it's in a different language, or in almost light language, and it's actually scanning. So to me, it was used as a technology for rebalancing, healing, that type of thing. So that's all he's showing me. So I'll pull the cards on that as well. But it was really weird. It was like this light language was actually moving down through the electromagnetic aspect of the body, of the being. So yeah, so let's just have a look and see what the cards say with that.
And for those of you guys that are just joining, there's really cool information in the beginning of the video you might want to go back and listen to regarding season 2 of Ancient Aliens.
Yes, so the first card up is Judgment. So yeah, this was used when it was needed, when a situation arose where there needed to be support or whatever like that. And then the Four of Pentacles, to me, this is always a foundation, something that's been created, and it was a foundation for other things. And then the Page of Wands. So this is about spiritual learning, the truth coming through. So it feels like it feels right. It feels that's and I'm getting told that's probably one aspect of it. There's probably a lot more that we could go into, but that's something we could understand at this level.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah, because I'm getting more and more images of how the vibration and light is working to rebalance. So
Okay. Okay, very good. The next one was the underground city of Derinkuyu in Turkey. Was this an extraterrestrial lair?
Okay, let's have a look and see.
Or actually, was it an underground city?
Okay.
Was it an actual underground city for inner earth beings?
Okay. I love it when you get the story. So we got the Three of Swords. So something happened there that where there were beings living, but it's almost like there was a drop in frequency, or there was something that happened, because then the Temperance card has come up, which to me always means a shift of home or a shift of place. Yeah, so they moved out, and the Wheel of Fortune again is like a mysterious change, or something has shifted, and it's often through like revelations. You know how we're going through revelations at the moment? That's what I'm feeling is coming up with this card for it. So yeah, it was definitely used by beings, but something happened and they moved on. So
can we find out if they were either inner earth beings or of world beings?
Okay, yeah, sure, let's check into that. Okay, Jasper's already saying they were sort of both. So they obviously had come onto Earth, had been living here, but we're interdimensional. So I'll check with the cards, but that's what he's sort of saying to me straight away.
I wonder if then that means that there's a portal there, and that they were coming in and out like from off world to or through a portal in there.
Yeah. So, well, exactly, and I'll ask that in a second. But so I guess first one is Page of Swords. So this could be thoughts and words, but it's also there could have been some trickery going on. So there was some naivety and something like that going on, because then we got the Devil card came up. So it's almost like, again, it's like there was something go on that wasn't expected, because the Four of Swords has now come up, which is mystery. So it's almost like something unfolded, but then, and so they had to go, but they had the strength to be able to go interdimensionally into somewhere else, is what has come up here. So yeah, I can ask for you. What was your next question again?
If there is a portal, because if Jasper is saying that it could be both, then it could be that there was a portal there, and that's how. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's spot on. And I saw that. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps, which means there's some truth coming through. So there's actually, like, they had the ability to also, what's the word when you teleport? However, the energy of the ley line there was definitely a possibility for some sort of portal or gateway. And remember, ley lines can change, so that could very well have changed by now. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. So we're finding some really good intel here.
I know. So.
Very good. So then the next question is, the military base.
Okay.
Supposedly,
and now where was that again?
Alongside aliens inside. So is the Dulce Archuleta Mesa in New Mexico built alongside aliens, and is it underground?
Okay, let's check and see. Yeah, because the Ten of Wands has come up. So there was definitely a link. Something was completed. Something was, there was a completing of something by that happening, because then we've got the Chariot. So it's almost like there was that movement. They worked together, because the Four of Pentacles has come up as a foundation. I'm going to pull a clarifying card on that as well.
Yeah, it's very possible that
Yeah.
the good guys cleared that out lately.
Yeah, High Priestess. So there's secrecy around it. And again, this is a really powerful card. So yeah, I feel that there's something that was finished off, and that there's a lot of secrets in there that we may never know about as well as to what went on.
So I'll tell you about this because
Okay.
I did a session with someone, and it is
Yeah.
on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And she did work for the military, and she was very psychic. And so she found herself inside the base, inside the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And she literally saw, just like it says here, Grays walking next to
Yep.
Air Force military, just
Yep.
next to each other, just walking in these halls. She said she even saw a McDonald's inside the base. And of course, military people were manning the McDonald's, but she even saw a McDonald's in there.
Yep. That doesn't surprise me at all, because they're also trying to make it as normal as possible for the military people that may not actually know what's going on. So, yes. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's almost
amazing.
like it has a hologram in front of the wall of the, yeah.
So just when we were talking about that, so the Ace of Cups is around something being created emotionally or whatever. So there was there was a blending of the military with some of these beings, and it was how they react to it. That was what was I guess monitored. So yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah. So absolutely, I could see why they would be pulling out this season, or even especially this episode,
yeah.
from the place. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully all those truths are going to start coming out in this year. So I really can't wait for that to happen. So, okay, so let me look up my questions. So the episode that I was able to actually watch, and the funny thing is I used to watch Ancient Aliens from the beginning, so I'm sure I've seen the episode that was taken out, but I don't remember the details. So the Underground Aliens episode, which was season 9, episode 1, was more about underground caves, but they do talk about underground aliens. But there was something, because the caves were obviously the entrance, right, to the inner earth. Some of them not. So let's see, the drawings in the caves, were they drawing beings they saw within that were from inner earth instead of from up in the sky? The drawings that you find inside caves are those mostly referring to inner earth beings.
Okay, let's check on that question. That one. That one. Okay. Yeah, I feel it was still beings that they connected with, because when we have our Knight of Pentacles, it's very trustworthy. It's a slow way forward. So for me, it's a slow integration. So we've got our 9 of Wands, so a spiritual card. So, but there's been a lot of hiccups and ups and downs. So it would have taken a lot for these people to trust these beings, is what I'm getting as well, to even draw them. And that was the strategy, because we've got the 7 of Swords. So they knew there could be issues with people's, how they spoke about them, how they, and what the messages and the stories were that would get passed down. So they wanted to be really mindful with their strategy. So I'm now going to check to see if they were actually visitors, or if they did come interdimensionally. And again, they can be both, remember. So yeah, that's.
And if it's both, I hope the cards can tell us if it's
Yeah.
both.
Okay. Yeah. Knight of Cups. So I feel it is both, because this is, again, a really slow integration, and it's an emotional aspect too. So it's like they could definitely have come from they're not sort of living on Earth originally, but then come through the dimensions, because when we look at it all, remember, everything's interdimensional. So even what we call ET or aliens are still in our world of this experience. So yeah, so it's both is what I'm
It's
feeling.
both. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They talk about there being an entrance to the underground world through the Grand Canyon in the US.
Mm-hmm. You want to just see if that's the case?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to say the Grand Canyon is absolutely incredible. I didn't get there till how old was I? I was in my 30s, I think, when I first got over to the Grand Canyon. And I've been meditating for years, and I've been meditating in this place where I saw this massive eagle. Then I'd become the eagle going through this Grand Canyon. And then the one place we went to, we got a helicopter in, the one spot we went to, there's that eagle formation that's in the middle of the Grand Canyon. And I knew that's where I'd been taken when I was meditating, was actually inside the Grand Canyon. So I knew there was a really big spiritual, powerful connection there somewhere. So let's have a look and see if there's. Okay. Jasper's actually popping in as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he's saying, and it's interesting because the cards that have come up, actually, he was saying that there's actually more entrances than we even know about. So with the Page of Wands, again, that's learning spiritually. So and some of them, again, it's like with the Australian Aboriginals, they know where the what are they called? Where the gateways are through the rocks. And I feel it's similar with this. So there are ones that we can see that are, obvious to us as humans, but then there's some that are mysteries because of that Four of Swords, still, that are very dependent on wisdom, vibration, and frequency of finding them. And he's going, yes. And he said there's a lot more than people even realize within that whole vicinity. It's massive, a massive vortex, he's saying.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. Very good. So the Hobie made drawings of ant people. Let's see if we can find out who these ant people were.
So what did they look like? Do you know, Elisa? Did they were they standing upright, but like with, the 6 legs and that sort of thing, and antler, like feet?
Yeah, like
antenna.
Like antenna, yeah. I mean, I didn't see much of it because I was writing down the question, but
it's okay. We'll ask. So so you want to know where they came from, or what they are?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just. Yeah. Okay. Whew, okay. So the Moon card and the Tower have come up. So to me, it's almost like there was. They may not have had the best intentions, or they might have been a lower frequency and caused some chaos, because then the Strength cards come up. But through chaos, of course, we learn, and we actually, there was a shift in the whole situation. So initially, I would say it wasn't that great with these ant beings. So yeah, but then. Yeah, it's something shifted to bring through some strength. I'm just going to pull a clarifying card on that. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune's come up as well now. So again, this can be a movement of everything, of spiritual, like revelations. It can be, so I feel something big went on with that. So yeah. Do you know the story behind it at all?
No, they just said that it was what they drew were the ant people, what they call the ant people.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So I think it caused a lot of trauma to start with, that interaction, but then
Oh, I'm
something came
sure.
out of it.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine seeing a gigantic insect the size of you? I think I would just die of a heart attack.
I mean, the cockroaches we get here, because I mean, the tropics are big enough, let alone seeing like a massive ant. But yeah,
Imagine,
so
imagine
yeah,
one your size.
I know. Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Shambhala.
Mm.
Shambhala was supposed to be an underground city that really existed where there were all enlightened beings, and the entrance was through the Himalayas.
Mm.
So was Shambhala another name for Telos or Inner Earth or Agartha? I don't know.
Okay.
Like, what do we want to? How do we want to answer this question? Ask
Yeah,
the
well,
question.
we can ask maybe first, did it exist as like what we perceive as maybe a real place or city, even if it was underground? Was it
Yeah.
something where people could live, you know? So yeah, so let's go back and look at the, wow, gosh, okay. Yeah, so something, I feel it was, because the tower cards come up. So it's like something happened to make a big movement or a big shift or a big change from something that was maybe in closer to the reality that people were living in at that time. But then they had to make a decision as to what to do and where to move to. And I'm going to pull a card on that because from my understanding, Shambhala now is in the etheric. So it actually exists almost above, is it Tibet or that area? And it's holds, like, you know, ascended masters, they can come and go through there. So
Yeah.
yeah. So there was a new foundation that was set up for them. And the King of Pentacles is your absolute optimum for creating, for mastering something, whether it's etheric, whether it's like reality, like 3D, whatever. So yeah, so to me, it was definitely it shifted into a whole nother space. So, you know, and there would have been a massive reason for that. So because the world cards come up. So yeah, it went from one dimension into very much another.
Okay. Okay. So Shambhala was actually real then.
Yeah. So at one point, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But you're saying it is still real. It's just real in
Yeah.
another dimension.
It's etheric. So it's from seventh dimensional frequency and higher. So you
Yeah.
have to, you know, to visit that. So if you're astral traveling or you're doing something and you're asked to visit that, then you have to make sure that you're in a very high space or high frequency.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, for sure. So what they do in this episode when you watch it is they show you all the different caves that are all around the world that people use for they're very magical for religion. And so these specific ones that were there, that they showed one in India and in where else? Mexico,
Mexico,
maybe?
yeah. I was just thinking maybe Mexico. There's lots.
Yeah. So the question is, do those caves, those special caves that are being used for religious purposes, do those connect to Middle Earth?
Okay. It's interesting because straight away Jasper's come up and he's going, it still comes down to frequency. So you can go into Middle Earth, yeah, with a you know, with a less expanded frequency, but you'll only experience what's there at that frequency. So yes, we've got our Page of Pentacles, which is the learning about creating realities. So it's about, what are we going to create? We have to learn and go through to mastership of it. And then we've got the Tower. So, you know, it can end in it can be like a really traumatic thing that happens, and eventually, though, it actually becomes a great growth curve and something really good comes from it. But people have been caught with that misunderstanding of thinking that this cave might go into Middle Earth, but you're only going to go where your frequency goes, because the strength cards come up. So it's really confirming that, you need to be, if you want to experience something that's positive or something you feel is lighter than other places, then you need to have the frequency to go with it. So,
okay. So they said that there was a mysterious encounter where Leonardo da Vinci found a cave and decided to stay there for 2 years. And it was after that when he started doing his inventions and writing his drawings on, about all his inventions. So I was wondering what kind of insight we could get about what happened to him there. Who did he meet?
Oh, okay, that one wanted to jump out. Interesting. It's interesting because a lot of people that are, have created amazing things, or have, had a lot of wisdom or whatever, have had times within a cave system. It's like Mary Magdalene. I've been to the cave where she was, and the energy in there is just incredible. But, so let's have a look and see what influenced him. Who was it? Was there something that influenced him in there?
Yeah. Because I'm a huge fan of
Leonardo. Yeah. It's interesting because there's one version as well where he is part of the what's that really rich family in Florence that own everything, so that he was actually, there was a joining with, so yeah, I'm just
Medici family.
Yes. And they were meant to be part of the cabal. So, how much influence was there? So, and it's interesting because the first card that came up was the Knight of Wands. So this card can be a little bit negative as well, spiritual card, and the Knight's going in a certain direction and is looking a little bit fraught, because then there's the Lovers card. So there was definitely some sort of influence. There was some sort of connection or relationship built, and the Hermit card is coming through. So he may have had connection to something that was out of our dimension, is what I'm getting from within there. Yeah. So which would have helped him to tap into his inner wisdom and expand his consciousness at some level. So it's interesting those cards have come up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you get any hits on who it could be? Like, could it be a race that we know about? Like Syrians or...
Let's see if we can get any information on that. Yeah. Yeah, so the first card that's come up is the Six of Pentacles. So it was someone that we would feel that we could trust, someone that we feel we could know. It's not giving me exactly. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, so something that's very conducive for us. So straight away, I was sort of almost getting even like angelic angels or visitations, from that aspect of things. So it doesn't necessarily. It might have just been his own connection into that realm, into that angelic realm that has come through as well.
Yeah, so very, very high dimensional beings.
Yeah, is what I'm getting. So, So I'll pull one more just to see, but that was straight away, that was sort of what I saw too. Okay. Jasper's saying there's more than one that can come through, so it can be a few different connections, because I know in my lifetime I've connected in with other beings that are interdimensional and stuff, and they're all so different, and they have different wisdom that activates me, and so there we go, the world. So there would have been more than one. So there would have because I've had that experience myself with different beings visiting me.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So somebody had asked me about the Shroud of Turin before, and believe it or not, they do talk about the Shroud of Turin in this
Wow.
episode. So first thing I'm going to ask is it real?
What a great question. You know, I mean, I've read a bit about this and stuff, and I was sort of not sure either way. So let's see what the cards say. So is the one that we currently know as that Shroud of Turin, is that real? So
Yeah.
ooh. I think it might be, because we've got our Six of Swords, which is moving into a better place. It's quite a good direction, and then we've got our Ace of Cups. So there's that. It's like a yes around the emotional aspect of it, and then we've got our Wheel of Fortune, which again can be a movement of mysteries, of shifting, of revelations, of bringing things through. So it could very well be. And okay, so what I'm just getting as well is that whether it is or it isn't, what it's done is help people connect and help people feel that connection anyway. So even if it's a placebo effect, it's okay. But it feels a bit like it could be.
That
Yeah.
it could be real. Okay.
Yeah. Not, and I don't know if it's been broken up into smaller pieces at all. So some of it could be real and some of it may not be. So do you know what I mean? Or is it still all in one piece, this cloth?
They didn't show it.
Okay. So that would be interesting to know if it, you know, yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, is it the real Jesus in that thing?
yeah, exactly. So, well, it feels like it's had a very good effect. And I keep getting the Knight of Wands. So it's had a very good effect for people, even if it's not real. So,
Yeah, so because I
yeah.
mean, we haven't received like a yes card,
No,
like a super
there was
yes
the
card.
Ace. No, there was the Ace of Cups, which to me
Oh,
was
okay.
it was very positive. It was a very potentially a yes card, but there was still some uncertainty. So it's whether there's something about it that's not been correctly explained, or it's been misconstrued. Yeah. So because the Five of Pentacles has just come up, so this could be a bit of a diversion as well. So
Ah.
more mystery.
So how was it created then? Was it created using technology?
Okay. No, I feel, well, a technology of sorts, because we've got our King of Pentacles, and he can create through mysticism. He can create through energetic, I guess, impression, whatever. So, and then we've got our Strength card with that. So it could be what we consider a type of technology, but it can also be energetic. So yeah, and then the Ten of Cups. So to me, this is bringing something together, family, the completion of something. Yeah. So it's there's still some mystery around it though. So there's still some mystery around it. So, but yeah. So how it was created, to me, it could very well have been an energetic way of doing it.
Yeah.
Through impression, or of energy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that it was done like in modern times with technology, if that's what you're asking.
No, like
No.
like almost like if it obviously ETs were connected to Jesus, so
Yeah.
could it be like an off-world, or that came in during that time when he was resurrected,
Yeah.
and and did something.
Well, if there's a being such as like Yeshua, to me, he already had the fifth dimensional frequency and template within him. That is something could happen very much just from his electromagnetic
Right.
essence
Yeah.
of him.
So
Yeah.
that was, the question was more
Yeah.
like, is it is it technology or is it organic in that it was not an actual device that created it? It was from either his body fluids or whatever, like whatever,
Yeah.
like organic, not created.
I was getting organic with those cards.
Okay.
So it was actually energetic imprint. So.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Very,
so that's
very
Ace of Pentacles just came up again with that. So. Oh, has Elisa frozen? So I just pulled another card for you guys because I was just getting more and more images. And I feel it was a strategy that was left there. So when that was created, it was a strategy to help with spirituality.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So the next question was, they actually talk about reptilians, not in the word as in reptilians, but the pictures they were showing were reptilians. So these underground aliens, we're going to call them reptilians because that's what they look like in the pictures.
Sure.
If they were the first ones here on Earth, because I've heard this before.
Yeah.
They were here before anybody else.
Yeah. Before humans, before, the Anunnaki, all of that. So
Yeah.
let's just see if we're allowed to find out first.
Yeah, right.
Do this. I mean, because, Okay. So that's the history. Okay. Yeah. So I'm actually getting that they weren't the first ones here. They weren't unique. They weren't here. There was a couple of different races that were here. They would like to think they were, but I'm feeling that they weren't because the Chariot cards come up as well. Yeah. So there was movement, at the station sort of thing. I feel that there was coming and going of different beings. And let's look at how Earth was even created. The Pleiadians were one of the first beings that helped to create the etheric template for the Earth, and they became part of it. So if you're going to really look at that, then it's Pleiadians that were actually the first ones that really and we actually helped create this Earth. So the reptilians would have come down or come here interdimensionally, wherever, because we've got reptiles, remember, that have been around for eons. Look at the crocodile. It's hardly changed in hundreds of thousands of years. Mm-hmm. And that's reptilian. So, there's different types of reptiles as well. But I feel that, no, there was I don't feel they were the first ones here.
Okay.
I'd like to think they were.
Yeah. So the question was, did something happen that had to do with radioactivity where they had to hide underground? Why did they have to? How did they end up underground?
Okay, let's see. So what happens? See what comes up. Yeah, that's a really good question because there's so many theories around that one, isn't there? You know, it's like, like there was, gosh. So the Nine of Wands has come up. So it feels like there was some sort of long-standing issues and long-standing battle that had gone on, because then we've got the Fool. So it's almost like for them, the right time, the right place was to go underground for them. And if, I guess different animals, different reptiles will live underground. So, and they only come out when they need to. So, and then we've got the Chariot again, which is moving away from something, moving into something. Something's changed. So I felt like there was an issue that made them go underground, and whether it was a war, whether it was it was just a decision that was made for them to have the best survival, because that's our Two of Pentacles, which is very much a decision around what you're creating card. So, yeah, so I feel it was just something that went on. I don't know it's not telling me whether it was a war, whether it was just for survival because of what was going on the earth at that time, but definitely something drove them to it that was not conducive for them. So
Okay, so there's no way to tell if it was related to, again,
a
if
war
it was
or radiation or
if it was
whatever.
something organic, as in
Okay.
it had to do with the weather, or if it was a war where an outside force is attacking them or something.
Okay. Fascinating. Okay, let's just see. It's still a mystery because we've got our Four of Swords has come up.
I know, that's like mystery card.
It really is, and so they definitely created it for their benefit and for their learning, because that's Page of Swords again. It can be learning through words and thoughts, and but it can be almost a little bit of a setback as well in their learning. So I'm not actually getting it. It's all about learning because the Page of Pentacles has just come up. So I feel it. Yeah, it's not telling us whether it was a war, whether it was through a natural event. It's just not telling us. It's not wanting to actually say. And I'm tuning in with Jasper. Jasper he's actually saying a lot was going on. It was probably more than one thing. So yeah, there was definitely technology that was creating issues to be able to live above ground. So that's what he's showing me.
Okay,
so
very good.
Yeah. So our Two of Swords has come up. So this is a really making decision. It's not a good place to be in.
Gee, yeah. Were the underground caves, underground caves for giants?
Andromeda, that's a great question. I forgot to tell you guys when we were doing the Inner Earth one the other day, the Middle Earth, whatever, and I'd done a session with myself the day before or that morning, and for the first time when I was in there, I saw a giant. So this is an amazing question because I went, oh really? Of course. Oh, giant, yes. And it was not like a bad giant or anything. I just went, there's a giant here. So so the underground caves, well, if they're portals into inner earth as well, absolutely. I'm sure this is going to be yep. It's funny. Okay. Yeah. So definitely. So that Nine of Pentacles has come up, which is very unique, really quite distinct in who they are. So giants are quite distinct in who they are. And then we have the Temperance card and the Wheel of Fortune. So they could have lived very much in there, but also they might have, again, they can be of a different frequency, so they could go interdimensionally as well. Because when I saw that one in that Inner Earth, when I went through into Inner Earth, it was like, wow. And just remember, it's very tropical. I've always seen it as very lush and very tropical. So if there's another aspect of there through the caves, that's when things grow really big, is in that sort of situation. So I feel that the caves could definitely have been an entryway for these giants.
Okay, very good question. Very good question. Okay, so if you guys have any other questions about that, like Middle Earth or anything like that, go ahead and post them down while I ask a question that I forgot to ask when we were talking about the monoliths.
Yeah.
There's this Utah monolith. Do you see it there?
Yeah, you were. That's right, because you brought that up. I hadn't heard of that one, or I might have, but I couldn't remember it.
Yeah. We didn't talk about it, right?
We didn't end up talking about it.
Okay, good. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting something, but we need to know where that came from.
Wow.
So it appeared in northern San Juan County, Utah. It was 3 meters tall, made of metal in a triangular prism. And it stood unnoticed for 4 years until it was removed in 2020.
Wow. So who removed it, Elisa?
The stupid government.
How fascinating.
Yes.
Wow.
It appeared out of nowhere.
Okay. And do you know what metal it was? Did they ever say what the metal was
No,
that it
because
was
they
made
couldn't
of?
figure out what the metals were made of, what
Yeah,
what the metal was.
was. That's what I'm getting, because the Empress card has come up. Now, this is the creator. This is like any creator, really, that's very caring, very nurturing, very feminine. So to me, it was something that was actually, maybe it is still, it's on Earth, but it hadn't been found yet, because it's almost like it's been collated and brought up. You know how crystals are birthed through the light stars in through the grid points and then come up as reality? Well, I feel that's what's happened, because it's like it's of the world. So it's something that was created. Yeah, I'd love to know. I'm just going to ask a little bit more about the Empress card, because that's definitely um, very positive energy as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Hermit card's come up. So it could very well have been an interdimensional being that has actually come through and created this. So
Do you have a
yeah,
feeling of what for? What was it for?
yeah. Well,
Was
I
it
just
actual like technology to like center a grid or something? Or was it just to go like, boop, here you go. Now you're gonna have to wonder who put this there.
yeah, I feel it's giving people some hope, or sort of to ask questions outside the box, or to to know that there's more than what we think is here. So I mean, otherwise, why would the government take it away?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, so it was more to just show them there's more coming. There's something, there's a lot you don't know about,
yeah.
and just getting people to ask questions. So there was some that I know that some came up in other countries, but I didn't feel that
They were
they were
real.
real. No, I
But
didn't
I want to
feel that.
ask
Yeah,
because is okay, let's ask, was this the only real
yeah.
one
Okay,
out there?
let's have a look and see.
And why would they remove it
Mm,
anyway? It was like in
mm,
the middle of nowhere. It wasn't hurting anybody, but of course.
yeah, yeah. I'm getting that this one was real, basically. Yeah, and the rest were fake. So we've got the Emperor card, which to me is always very solid, very truthful, very there's a truth about it. And then we've got the Three of Wands. So this is actually setting up a good future, are we? Setting up a good future, setting something up that's looking forward. And then for the others, I was asking, what about the others? And that card came up. So
That's what I
yeah,
felt too.
yeah. So no, so I feel that the others were more a copycat or a distraction of some sort. So I don't know what other people think in the chat. Like, what are your guys' thoughts on it all?
Yeah, they were
What
saying
are they saying?
they had to cover it up
Some hoaxes.
somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Wolf says some hoaxes, some real, but to me, I felt like they weren't real.
yeah.
All of
No. I feel that one feels like there was more genuine, yeah, creation with it.
them. Yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That's what I was thinking too.
because
So
the Justice card just came up. So to me, that again is saying there's truth. Yeah.
okay,
So
so it was placed there for our benefit, for us to start questioning, for us to start wondering. You know,
yeah. What is that? Why? Who made it? Let's have a look. Yeah. Then the star cards come up. So that's just confirmation. It's really, in a way, also helping people to maybe connect in that there's more to this earth than what we've been told, that there's other beings that we haven't yet been fully told about.
yeah. Well, there's another monolith that was brought up. It's called the Georgia Guidestones. Have you seen them?
Oh, I've heard a little bit about them. Apparently, they're like, are they something to do with saying this is how it's going to be, the end of the world, all that sort of stuff, you know, the way it's going to go?
Yes.
Yeah, let me have a look. So you want to know if they're real
So,
or,
oh no, I know it's real. I just
yeah.
um I want to find out if good people put it there or bad people put it there.
It looks amazing. How old is it? Do you know? What have they
Oh,
put an age on it?
it's quite new.
Ancient?
It's
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 new.
maybe 5 years, 10 years old, maybe.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's have a look and see. Who was it that did it? Okay. Yeah.
You know, those people, the CABA.
Yeah. Well, the first card I got was the Tower. so yeah, and then an Ace of Pentacles. So it was built to create this. So it was actually built for that reason.
So it's almost like it was a way to create that reality in stone.
Correct. Because then there's the Temperance card. So they were hoping that it would change, so everyone would be living in a different reality or a different place. So not good guys at all is what I'm getting from these cards.
Yeah.
They were
So
trying to.
yeah.
I
So
don't
it's
know if
those
that's
people that
right.
I said that start with a C.
And also there's a strategy card. So they were really hoping to, because they know that, well, we're creators. And so they know that we can create. So that's why they put out movies that have got a certain theme, and they know we can
Yeah.
create.
Yeah.
So that's
And
what the strategy was.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Wolf Love looked it up. It was built in March 22nd, 1980.
80. Okay. So that's, yeah. And I mean, we might think that's a long time ago, but you know, they've been planning this for hundreds and hundreds of years. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Nice researching, Wolf Love.
Yeah. So that was interesting. There was a show, and I think it was in History Channel, that did say it was done by the Rosa Christians, because that's why the name of the person was RC Christian, RC something
Ah.
was the name of the mysterious buyer, and the one that bought the stones and paid a banker to erect them, to go get them done and erect them and all that. And it was just like an anonymous name. So yeah.
Says it all, really, doesn't it? Getting a banker to do something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it says it all.
That's crazy. And then the next question is, are we truly actually in the 21st century, or is it 1022 right now?
Okay, so we're looking at different, like the Gregorian time when we changed the times. So what is our real? Are we in? Yeah. Okay, let's have a look and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first card up is the Nine of Swords. So it's, to me, it's feeling like it's not in the actual, what maybe would be our reality timeline. And so what it's done is it's created stress and worry for people. So, you know, because I mean, you look at even having 30 days and 31 days in a month, it goes completely against our natural cycle, doesn't it? Everything's 28 days. Apparently there should be 13 months of 28 days, because that follows. The moon is every 28 days. You have a full moon. You know, females going through their cycle, it's 28 days. So they deliberately, Queen of Swords can be someone that does things with words and writings and laws that doesn't necessarily have to be really kosher. So I feel that this was actually done because of these two cards together to create chaos and to create angst, because it's not going with our natural cycle. So I, you know, yeah. So it creates all sorts of chaos and change and stuff. However, the other thing that I'm actually Jasper's just thrown in is that because we're adaptable and because we're flexible as humans and because we can create, we've created the best we can around what we've been given. So whether it's 2022 or whether it's, what was it, to another time, we're still on this timeline and we've adapted to it. But it was deliberately done.
1022.
1022, yeah. I feel we've adapted to it. It was done definitely detrimentally, but it's just a timeline. On another timeline, we could be on a 1022 year. So because we've got so many parallel lives, remember, there's so many different experiences we're having. But yeah, it doesn't feel to me like this is the actual year that it could be if things were done properly. Yeah, it's like a decision was made with that Two of Pentacles that sort of took us in a different direction. Yeah. So yeah, I think whether it's that year or not, I don't know, but definitely something was done that wasn't right.
Okay. Very interesting. All right. Well, the time's up and I'm out of questions. So it's perfect.
Dennis, you're funny. Please stop time so we can keep going with this. So yeah. Are there any other outstanding questions that anyone's asked that you can see? No. Okay, great.
Not that I noticed, but just so people know, we're supposed to talk about Vatican secrets next on Friday, your Saturday. And I really don't have a whole lot of questions on this. So I am going to need your help with getting questions. Okay. So just make sure that if you cannot make it to the live, that you send me questions, because I don't have a show to watch to be able to find these questions. So
yeah.
All right.
No, I'm sure there'll be lots of really, really good questions from people on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. We're so grateful. We hope that you are enjoying this series as much as I know that Maree and I are. It's just a joy to do this, and I really enjoy it. So thank you, Maree, for making this not dream. It's not been my dream, but this awesome hobby come true, I guess.
Yeah. So thank you for setting it up and for all these, these gorgeous people that come along. And it feels like I'm sitting in a room with some of my really good mates having a great chat about stuff. It's really good.
Absolutely. And let us know when your videos are ready on your YouTube channel.
I'm seeing my guy on Thursday, so I'm going to say to him then, okay, let's just start putting them up. So, yep, we'll do. We'll let you know. Then Saturday, I'll let you know.
All right, and then ask Jasper if there's anything he wants to tell us or say.
Okay, so he's just saying, keep bringing through that beautiful gold frequency through your crown. It's going to really push you, and you might find you get a little bit agitated, but it's clearing you out. Take this opportunity, and it's Christ consciousness energy. It's so high. It's so beautiful, guys. Meditate and bring through that beautiful golden frequency for you. That's what he was showing me just then, in through your crown. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Please make sure you share the video, that you like the video, and you comment if that really helps us too. So anything else, Maree?
No, just have a wonderful week, rest of your week, and look forward to seeing you on your Friday.
Yes, looking forward to it. Bye, guys.
Bye.